Odin has a horse. Of course, of course. And that's what we're going to talk about here. Of course, of course. Welcome to the channel. For those of you new to the channel, we focus on mythology and folklore here because we strongly believe that these entertaining tales of Thor and Odin and Loki aren't just entertaining tales, but there's a deeper layer. And I strongly believe that our ancestors put the secrets of the universe and the secrets to live a good life inside of these tales so that we may find them again one day. And that's what we are trying to do. We are digging up the past and finding something new. Odin's horse. So what are the lessons? What are the symbolism of this eight-legged steed that Odin rides? For those of you who don't know, his name is Sleipnir. He has 8 legs and it was gifted to Odin by Loki. With this horse, he can travel anywhere in the 9 realms. And it's faster and stronger than any horse on the planet Earth. So, if you want to decode the symbolism and the lessons that are behind this tale, you have to look, okay, what do we know about this horse? Well, we know that Odin can travel anywhere in the 9 worlds simultaneously, not simultaneously, but almost instantly. It's incredibly fast. So, what are the 9 worlds? Well, that's a subject for another video, and I'll link that video in the description below if you want to get real deep into it. But there's one theory that the 9 worlds are also places inside of ourselves. You could see your emotions as Midgard, the world of man. You could see all your fears, your subconscious fear, you could see it as Helheim. You could see your potential and your higher self as Asgard, because there's a part of us that can be godlike. Don't get me wrong, humans are not gods. We are not gods. I don't think we command gods. I don't think we work with gods. But there's part of us that can be divine. When we rise above our own self-interest, we are somehow able to do something that is resemblance of a kind of god. But it could be a symbol for your higher self. Muspelheim, land of fire, I think we all have some fire inside of it. And Niflheim, land of ice, we also have some ice inside of us, some cold emotions. You could see like the dwarf realm as your ability to transform, and your spine itself could be seen as yggdrasyl, meaning that's the thing that connects all the 9 worlds, because your spine is connected to your nervous system and your nervous system goes everywhere. So if you were to astral travel inside of your body, you can find these 9 realms. So if we kind of hang on to that theory for this first explanation that I have of what Sleipnir might mean, that means that Sleipnir helps on a spiritual journey. Now, one thing you have to know about Odin. Odin was initiated. That's his story where he hangs himself from Yggdrasil. That's like a shamanic initiation. And why I'm telling you this, it's because important when it relates to Sleipnir. Because if you see these places on the world tree as places inside yourself, meaning that these realms, these heims, Vanaheim, Svuldheim, Muspelheim, Niflheim, which I sometimes pronounce as Milfheim. It's not Milfheim, it's Niflheim. There's no mills in Nordic mythology. When you practice with that and when you journey to these places, you find out that there are some places that they're very easy to go to. For me, I'm very easy to go to Vanaheim. That's the part of ourselves where the Vanya live. That's that part of our body that is 100% connected with nature. But there are also places, like a place of ice or a place of fire, that's very difficult to go. And that sometimes has to do with our personality. Sometimes we are blocked. Sorry about that. Certain parts of our personality. But Odin doesn't have that problem. Not only can he travel anywhere, he can travel anywhere fast thanks to Sleipnir. So what does Sleipnir represent? I think Sleipnir represents transcendence, enlightenment, if I want to put it in a more Eastern philosophical, spiritual term. Because you are not blocked by yourself. Because Odin is not blocked by himself. Why does he not block by himself? Well, the texts are very clear. He sacrificed himself to himself. So his self is no longer in the way. So he's free to travel anywhere. And that's why he has Sleipnir. So Sleipnir is enlightenment or transcendence. I hope I'm saying that right in English. So I want to take some time to look at the story of how he got Sleipnir, because there are some more lessons here. Because you go like, yeah, his horse is transcendence. Great. How does that serve me? It doesn't serve you. Not yet. Not until I give you the second part of this video, which we're going to do right now. The story, for those who don't know, is Asgard needs a wall for defense. Now you can imagine that this is a pretty big wall, and they need some pretty heavy-duty help making this. So one day they find this person who's trying to help them. You know, when they have the wall, they're protected against the Jotun, the giants. So the builder says, you know, I can build this for you, no problem, but I want some coin. Not only that, he demands were pretty ridiculous. One of the things he wanted is Freya's hand in marriage. So the gods were like asking Freya, like, hey, would you mind just, you know, fucking this guy for us? Freya was like, absolutely not. I am not the bargaining chip in some play that you want to do. I'm not having that. So they can't do that. But Loki, of course, decided to trick the builder. He says, Odin, listen, what we can do, we can just tell the builder, like, yo, we agreed, but we want you to build it in 1 month's time. And if you're not done in 1 month, then we don't have to pay. And it's impossible to build a large structure like that in a month. So guaranteed that we will get our wall and we will get it for free. So Odin agrees. And to everybody's surprise, the builder agrees. So everybody's happy, right? Well, not really, because the builder has a horse. It has a giant magical horse, and the horse is so powerful that it helps him build the wall with such speed that it actually looks like he's going to do it in 1 month. So the gods start to worry. Like, oh, we're going to lose Freya. We're going to lose a lot of riches. So what they do what they always do. They grab Loki by the throat. Say, you got us in this mess. Get us out of this mess. So Loki does what he does best. He deceives and he tricks once again. He transforms himself into a magical horse, a beautiful mare. And he seduces the builder's horse, and they run off into the woods. He just has a couple of more days to finish the wall, but now that his horse is gone, and he doesn't realize that horse is actually Loki, of course, that tricked his horse into leaving, he can't finish the wall. So in the end, the wall was almost finished, the gods didn't have to pay, and they screwed over a builder who actually turned out to be a Jotun in disguise. So everything's right? Well, a couple of months later, Loki returns, and he comes back with a baby horse. Because he seduced that mighty big horse, and yeah, what happened after that is what you expect. He got fucked by that horse, he got pregnant by that horse, and he gave birth to a baby horse, and that horse is Sleipnir. So, lovely story. Many of you have already read it. But the lesson is this. If you see Sleipnir as transcendence, as enlightenment, as the ability to move freely towards your whole 9 worlds, it teaches us one of the lessons of the trickster god, which is when chaos comes knocking at your door and everything goes wrong, because let's be honest, when you're older, you start to realize it's not a question if things will go wrong. It's a question of when things will go wrong. So they go wrong from time to time. Now the answer to that is don't run. You can't run from your troubles. They will always follow you. You can't escape. The answer is also don't fight. You can't fight. You get stuck in a fight. It's not going to solve the problem. It's only going to make it worse. So what can you do when chaos shows its, at first, very ugly head? You do what the gods do. You grab it by the throat. You don't push it away. You don't hit it. You don't run from it. But you take it real close. You say, listen here, you devious little shit. We're going to solve this together. Meaning, you're going to use the chaos and move through the experience. Not push away, not run away, but go through the experience. And if you go through the experience, then you will get something out of that. If you, like I said in the beginning, Odin sacrifices himself to himself, and his self is no longer. If you go through the experience, just like Odin went through that experience of like going through himself by hanging himself for 9 days and 9 nights on the world tree, if you do that in a smaller way by going through your experiences, when chaos knocks, don't go running, don't go fighting, but follow it and go through the experience and through the emotion, you ultimately go through yourself. And what you get is a little bit of transcendence. What you get is a little bit of Sleipnir!